Hello and welcome to another edition of Paint and Chat with the CGN crew. I am joined, as always, by my fellow gentlemen. We got Sean, Big Aaron, and Josh hanging out with us tonight. I have two projects. We'll see how long it takes me to get through the first one. I'm going to be starting out with this collector's booster for Strixhaven Magic that I just received. I'm really excited to open. I was told that it was too crinkly, so I'm going to be opening them with scissors. Once I get that done, I'm going to be working on redoing my captain by removing his arm and getting this cool axe and making him like leaning over, and I got to turn his front wheel. Essentially, I have to cut apart this entire model and rebuild it. That's what has to happen.
I'm super excited.
Don't forget to say hello to Zydan, who is always the first one to say hello. Hello, good sir.
Hello.
If this is your first time watching, remember to like and subscribe, hit that bell button, give us a thumbs up, and if we reach 10,000 subscribers by the end of May, we are giving away the Piety and Pain, the Drukhari Codex, and the dice, all to one lucky winner on Discord. Maybe Big Aaron can punch in our Discord for anybody who wants to join that. You can join our Discord either by joining Patreon or by joining for free. So, I have a feeling that I know what the answer is. Big Aaron, what are you
Yes.
working on?
What am I working on? Well, don't judge me, bro.
Oh, that was clever.
But I am going to be working on Judgment. I'm working on this Minotaur right here. Thorgar is his name. He's a big beastie. This is the version 1 54 mil. And I'm super stoked.
Wow, I love that they're all foils. I don't love the price.
Are they worth every penny of the foily price?
I don't know, but like as a person who just wants one of every card, I guess I would rather have one of every foil. You know what I mean? As opposed
no.
to no.
No, I don't. But that's okay.
Ooh, this one's really pretty. Oh my gosh, these full art Japanese cards.
Those are
Holy.
so shiny. You can't really
Yeah.
see what's going on. Josh, what are you working on?
Judgment.
Oh,
I'm painting a naked dwarf right now, or almost naked.
is
dwarf.
he Brock? Is that bro's
Brock?
name?
I'm also painting. I'm just doing like contrast shades on stuff, so I'm gonna be like burning through these things.
So
Contrast.
some Oh, really? So you're just contrast painting them.
No, I'm not. I am going to be oil washing them after I contrast paint them.
So you're
Multi-layer.
acrylic washing them and then non-acrylic washing.
That's correct. Double wash. Don't you forget it.
You're really into the oil washes right now.
I haven't done a single one yet.
Haven't? Wait.
Damn.
What?
I've been doing enamel. I told you this.
What's the difference between enamel and oil?
They are not the same thing.
Yes, not.
But I'm interested in Aaron's question. What's the difference between
Well,
the two?
you can like.
You don't know,
I'll
do
go
you?
from the
I think you
alchemical
can infer that one is an oil and the other is
Isn't
an enamel.
Yes.
I
He
don't
doesn't
know.
know.
What's difficult here.
I don't know. I know that they're different. So
I wonder if the enamel has like a built-in, like hardener, like the clear coat type.
I think it, I bet it does.
Like shellac.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
A
Some
good
of it's
shellac
mixed into it.
hey, don't you have the degree in art?
Here's
Aren't
my
you supposed to know
here's
that?
the question. An animal's dry quicker. Okay, well that's a little helpful.
It's a technical trait.
That's a technical trait, not a difference. Sean, or I'm sorry, Josh. When you use the enamel, do you have to use paint thinner to water it down?
No.
Okay,
What
so
do you use
so there
for
you go.
cleaner?
So the
Don't you?
enamels are still acrylic
But you need it to
based.
clean up
Right. Once it hardens, you need it to clean up.
and to clean your brush up and stuff.
So it is an
Ooh.
oil.
You can thin it with water, but you have to clean it up with
No, I don't thin it. I just use the enamel washes. They come right out of the pot for washes. So
Well, it's probably like a silica that's mixed in there.
yeah, I don't know.
My favorite thing ever, honestly, is the freaking Vallejo surface primers, man. The polyurethane acrylic mix is fucking baller.
Yeah, that's what I use a
So
lot.
durable. I can spray it on and look at a puddle, right? and the puddle will dry in the creases with all the texture and the detail. It's just
It
fantastic.
sucks onto the surface and creates a shell.
It's not too
You-
it's not too crinkly now, right?
No, it's fine.
Crinkly.
Yeah, with
Ain't
me
no crinkle.
with me cutting them open.
Oh,
You didn't hear any crinkle at all, dude.
I thought you were talking about the primer. I was like, what crinkle in your primer? What are you
Well,
using? GW?
sometimes that's a
Crackle. That's crackle. Crackle primer. For getting those sweet, sweet bases.
Sweet bases.
Oh,
Still,
yeah.
use the Vallejo for that too. So much cheaper.
Yeah, man. Like for a $20 bottle of primer, if I'm doing like a big project, I can go. Yeah, I can paint a lot of models. I think I'm on my second, maybe third large bottle of black, like ever.
Ever?
Like
In
ever.
your whole
Well,
life
but then
of
again, I mean, it
modeling?
does take you a week to paint 4 bolters.
You are
So
100% right.
That's true. You probably used less than 1 ounce in the last year.
You say you
Vallejo
got
surface
nothing
primers. Those are great. Been using them for years.
Yeah, Vallejo is my favorite of the paints at this point. That's not the most informed opinion, but
I feel like the new hotness is monument paints.
really,
Yeah, a lot of people are waxing poetic about Monument.
Yes.
Also, the color shifting paint. I forgot the company that came out with that.
Turbo
Well,
Dork and Vallejo and green stuff.
Turbo Dork. Is that the
Yep.
one?
They're one of them. Green Stuff World came out with some a long time ago too. I have
Yep.
some of both. They're pretty decent. Just different colors, a little bit different methods.
I need
but
to figure out a good thing to use for those because I really want to. I want to make something color shifty. I guess I have to finish all my Marines first. I actually
Aaron,
what?
vampires.
Oh my gosh, we'll get
Color
into
shift
it. We have so much stuff to talk
Color
about.
shift vampires. Color shift vampires. Dope as fuck.
So you want me to do
love it.
Twilight Vampires? Is what you're saying?
No, I want
Sparkly
you to do
vampires.
straight up,
You're correct.
like
We did
like
want you to do that.
Dracula in the all red blood armor that looks like he's been skinned
Uh huh.
in in red to maybe purple or red to pink color shift, maybe red to blue. I don't know, but I think they'd be
Regardless, they'll
super fucking
sparkle.
cool. Yeah, sparkles.
Okay.
And then Twilight as well.
So, whoa, this is a weird card. Faithless looting. What a weird art on it. Okay.
Next, he's gonna pull the Blue Lives Matter flag.
What?
No, wasn't funny. Okay, my bad.
So, speaking of that, Warhammer Fest has been a thing over the past week. We have not been doing a lot of reaction stuff to it.
There's not much reaction to be had.
But kind of wanted to go over some stuff. So I have the day one, which is the Warhammer Age of Signar, a new god revealed. We have the last survivor of an ancient race, Kragnos. I think he's a pretty cool model.
Yeah, new destruction god. That sounds pretty cool. Seems like opening up some new avenues there.
Yeah.
Well, you could play all destruction models with him, which is his big draw. But he just looks like a big centaur.
Well, I know somebody who really likes those things.
Okay.
Dude, working on a presentation is hobby if you do it right, Starhawk.
Ugh. No. What?
I love making
wrong with you?
I love making presentations.
Ugh. You are unique and special.
I also really like these peacock looking scary girls. I don't know what they're called.
Oh, those are the Slanesh guys.
The Slanesh guys, they are
Oh, more
so
They're the
news.
cool.
twin sisters.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, AOS models really knock it out of the park. I mean, they have so much room to play with. I sometimes feel like Age of Sigmar models are better than 40k models.
Yeah.
I think
Frequently
they
feel
are. And now with the new vampires coming out, I'm so glad that I didn't buy those what were they?
The
Like
elves.
forest foxes. So now I don't have the forest foxes, which means I can go deep into
deep.
these vampires. Look at this. Look at these vampires,
That'll
guys.
be so cool.
Yeah.
Dude,
And-
it's like a chimera vampire.
Yeah, it's bizarre. I'm guessing that's going to be a multi
Oh.
pose or kit, right? Or
Oh, and
like
I still get a
probably 3
wolf. There's a
tops.
vampire riding a wolf, so that's fine.
Yep. And they did also show off and announce the new skeletons and zombie box kits. Both
Yep.
of them so nice.
Yes, we're gonna. I
Yep.
don't know if it's in this. Yeah, it wasn't on this day. That's a different day.
No, today it got released.
Jumping ahead. Sorry.
But also Age of Sigmar 3.0. Right?
Yeah,
Is that the scuttle?
that's the scuttlebutt.
Yep.
Have they talked about any of the rule changes or what, or if they've just announced that it's happening?
They're just like new Sigmarines.
Well,
Yeah, they're
don't
skinny
sound
now.
very
They've been
excited
on
about
Jenny
that.
Craig, and now they're lengthy.
Well, no, there's Terminator ones.
but that's not what I'm talking about. I'm not
Huh.
talking about changes to a specific army. I'm talking about changes to the core rules of the game.
They don't announce that yet.
They haven't made any announcements on
I
that
don't
yet.
think so.
Okay.
I haven't heard anything
They
yet.
didn't even announce who's on the second half of the box set. That's inevitable, but it's neither here nor there. I think it was a snooze fest overall. I mean, new sisters, they got the baby carriages, and
Well, hold on.
okay, I'm just
That's
saying.
that's
I
day
found
that's
that
day 2.
the fest was more of a snooze fest.
Really?
Yeah.
Are you kidding? This sister is amazing.
No, it's not.
Abyss Centaurum.
They
She
already
is
showed-
gorgeous. She's the
they showed
coolest
that
dreadnought
model.
I have ever seen in my entire
Oh.
life.
It's not a dreadnought, and they spoiled those models like 3 months ago. Except for
Listen,
her
I don't know what strange dark web places that you go to, but
internet. Just the
I
regular
have never seen this character model spoiled. I know that they
It's not the
spoiled.
character.
I wasn't.
It's-
Well, I'm talking about the character.
It
So
looks just like the other one. Except
no,
it's
it doesn't.
painted
It looks just like the other ones, except 10 times cooler.
because she's got a shaved head.
No, first of all, she doesn't have a shaved head. I don't even think you've looked at the model. She clearly has hair. She has giant rockets in her shoulders. They're so. I don't even know what to say right now. I'm so upset.
Looks just like the other ones they've already released.
Obviously, they're in the same theme, but it doesn't look just like the other ones.
It's just like Primaris. When they get new stuff, I'm like, who cares? He's got an extra buckle.
But the new
Whatever,
system.
dude.
Hey,
Dude,
buckle!
it doesn't even make any sense. Like, I don't even understand.
No, you know what the new hotness is on models? Tactical rocks. So now you got to get tactical rocks underneath all your new
Tactical pebbles
There
and
you go.
curbs.
Hold on, really?
Tactical curbs.
That sounds awesome.
Wait, what is the tactical
Where
rocks?
do
I
I
don't
acquire
get it.
these?
Everything is standing like with a knee up a little bit, like, you know, kind of in the Captain Morgan pose.
Yeah.
So everyone has a rock that they're standing on.
There's not a single model that I'm looking at that has a rock that they're standing
We're just
on.
saying that that's a new trend.
There's
Yes.
one model on this entire page that's standing on a rock.
Aha!
Of the 15 models that's on the page.
Yeah, but there was one.
There's one.
Yeah, how many are there, like, tactical skulls?
Well, I mean, the Imperium can't function without skulls.
But
I don't know. I don't understand what's happening right now.
just saying.
I love the new sisters. I think that their armor is incredible, and I think that their leader in the giant armor suit is even cooler.
The sword and board sisters look pretty cool, for sure.
I thought that was really, really exciting, and I'm surprised. I think that Josh is just upset that he's worried that all old sisters are going to become unplayable, and so his entire army is now outdated. I think that's what he's more upset about.
Well, I've already told you that that was the case.
Yeah, but
Right.
that wasn't on camera.
That's unfortunate.
Well, but
So
you
you
were trying to say like I've read your mind and I know,
I mean, it
which
almost
is not
worked.
true because I already told you. So don't try any funny stuff.
Oh, funny business.
Oh, Josh, I love you so much.
I know.
So tell us your real
Ah.
feelings. Tell
My
us
real feelings is they spoiled all the sister stuff already, except for they've got one girl that's in a gold version of the black armor.
It's a giant dreadnought version of the armor.
No, it's the same size as the other armor.
No,
just
it's
painted
not.
different. Okay,
That is 100% wrong.
that I am right. Viewers, let Aaron know that I am right and he's wrong.
She's
Yeah.
obviously larger than the other models.
No.
Okay.
She's in the baby carriage one, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
The you're calling it a baby carriage?
Yeah, because
Yes.
she's sitting in front she's a baby.
Like a
being
little
held.
papoose.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's a papoose.
Wow. I'm with Aaron. I don't know what dark internet corners
Wow.
you guys are hanging out on, but
Wow.
It's the
I
regular
don't see.
internet.
First of all, a carriage is a thing that you push a child in. I think you're talking about a baby Bjorn, which is what you use to wear a child on front. So that's
Listen,
not even
that's what the internet actually calls it. It
well, the
probably
internet
comes
is an
from
idiot
England,
because
and they probably call it different over there. So
because
maybe
a
you're the
a
idiot.
carriage. No, they call a carriage a pram in England. Um, oh my gosh, I
All
can't.
right. Well, you just went off a real
I'm
weird
so sad
tangent.
right now.
Why? You're
Because
allowed not to like something.
I'm going
It's
to the
just not
studio.
that
I'm
special.
going to the studio and I'm stealing all of your sisters. I'm removing them from your life.
Dude, if I
Sisters,
wasn't like paring
you can
down, the
give them to
sisters are
me.
something that I would like
Sisters seem super cool.
play.
Oh, now you want them? Now
They're
that I'm gonna
awesome.
steal Josh's, you want them?
I never turned them down to begin with. I'm just saying, if you're gonna steal them from them, you got to open arms over here.
Well, there's plenty. Oh no, I'm out of magic cards.
Wow, that was
Okay,
quick.
it was quick.
Yeah.
Are they good ones?
I don't. I mean, I don't know. I'm not paying attention to the prices of things, so I got one. I got one
I'm sorry. I
Japanese.
just want to pause real quick. Josh asked, "Did you get any good ones?" Aaron's response: "I don't look at the price of things." Directly equating playing
got-
the game and winning Magic to buying Magic cards.
Yes, They're two different games. I got one full art foil Japanese card, which is cool. It looks really cool.
You only got one?
I got
Out of 12
one
packs?
foil. I got eight. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I got 16 Japanese full art cards. One of them is a foil.
Really? Interesting.
Now you
So-
just have to figure
Yep.
out what those cards are.
Now I just have to figure out what those cards are. That is true.
Look
That
at I'm
is
painting
true.
Gul'dan.
Which means now I
Ooh,
need to work
cool.
on. Oh, I feel so bad. I have to rip this guy's arm off. Goodbye, arm. Goodbye. And I've been trying to figure out like how to take best advantage of the. Hey, Sean,
Yo,
did you ever figure out an easy way to turn the front wheel on the bike?
so what my plan was, let me see. I just primed mine, but I think
So, but have you turned the wheel yet? Is the
I
question.
haven't, but I had planned on how to do it.
Okay.
So
I was
what I
so
was gonna
confused
do-
about this conversation.
What I
So
was
these
gonna
are the
do,
new
right? This is
Outrider
the front.
bikes.
Aaron, take a look. at the
Yeah.
camera. Okay, so front of the bike, right?
Wrong
You have a
bike.
wheel.
Wrong bike.
Oh, you want the actual Outrider bike?
Yeah.
No, I haven't played with it yet.
Okay. So I'm just gonna go at it with a
Going in
clipper.
blind.
Do it. Go crazy.
I'm just gonna cut this poor
We should have Eminem
poor
with
thing
sound
apart.
bites.
Do you have maybe another wheel at the ready so that you can maybe just not have to worry about that one and you can just clip around it?
No, I have to make this work because making the custom leader leaves me with the exact number of remaining bikes to have 2 squads of 3. So
I was just thinking about like another bike wheel or another wheel from another kit.
oh,
So it looks like
don't.
so I'm looking at the Chaplain bike, right?
mhm.
And if you look at the front, you've got your wheel and the
Dude,
mount
I just cut the
wheel.
whole thing off.
All right.
I just
So now what you do is you take some
Well,
green
there you
shit
go.
and you stick it on at a different angle.
Yep,
So make
that's
sure
what
you
I'm
hide
doing.
the green stuff with purity seals or the armor plate or whatever as
Yep.
best as you can, and then you're done.
Yeah, and
I'm
like
just
Zidane said, you got to lean into it. Lean
yeah,
in.
you got to lean into it. And he's going to be, listen, this is how he's going to be. He's going to be leaning into it. He's going to have the wheel turned and he's going to be dragging the axe across the
Yeah,
ground.
Yeah, that
Like,
sounds pretty dope.
yeah, it's going to be dope. It's going to be awesome.
you have to paint sparks flying behind him from dragging
Um,
the axe.
okay.
Yeah,
I don't,
agree.
I'm, maybe there's like, maybe I can buy an old Zippo and I can actually get some real sparks.
I mean, that would be pretty
Just use the sparkly turbo dork paints.
dope. Oh shit.
Color shift. Are you okay, Sean?
Oh, I was talking about the Turbo Dark.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure if you were talking about the Turbo Dark or if you just cut yourself. Front wheel, with the way they are mounted, looks like they would mostly lean in relation to the rest of the bike for steering. Um, I agree, but that didn't stop me from cutting it off. I'm probably gonna have to take off both arms because I'm gonna need to turn the handle now too. I just thought, like, I was just thinking about it today, you know. Um,
What were you thinking about?
no, turning it.
Oh,
So I wasn't thinking about that when I assembled it. Do I have green stuff? Yes, I do. Okay. Whew.
always gotta have that on hand.
That was almost a disaster.
That's mini magic spackle right there.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, you want to know what mini magic spackle is? Bondic. It's the resin glue. So it comes with a little UV light and it's UV reactive. So you just pour a little bit of this resin glue into a socket. Say it's a resin model, plastic model, doesn't matter, whatever. And then it fills the gap. And then you use a little UV light and it hardens and it makes a perfectly flush surface.
I'm muting myself for a second so I can use the Dremel.
If you use excuse me, if you paint a model and you get your base coat on and you see, oh man, I can still see a little gap or something, you can use the Bondic to just drip a little bit in and it evens on the surface perfectly because it's just like this little resin liquid. Zap it with the UV, boom, it's back to a smooth surface. Check it out. It's a pretty handy tool.
Yeah, it sounds pretty sweet, man.
Indeed.
Pretty sweet.
So I don't think Shizzle, you said that what you were working on this week, did you?
I went ahead and I don't think I did either. I got out the rest of these Primaris intercessors, who are like, 80, 85% done, something like that. So I am painting intercessors.
Are they green tide?
They are.
Yeah, buddy.
They're super dope. I'm really, I don't know. I feel good about the hobbying and the stuff. I airbrushed a bunch of shit today.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to, like, I don't know. I think I'm gonna hit them. I think I'm gonna paint them before I do any kind of washing stuff, right? Which is obvious because that's how you use washes. Um,
I mean,
no, I'm gonna
it's
go
good
through.
to remind
I
yourself.
think I'm gonna try to cut down the
I'm not laughing at
color
you.
depth. No, it's all good, man. I'm gonna try to cut down the color depth, um, and stick to doing just the base colors for all of the colors that I'm gonna use. So I have like a red and a white and a brown, and a gold, a silver type gunmetal thingamajiggy, and then the green for the guns, right? Because I'm doing the cases the green.
Okay.
So I'm gonna airbrush them.
Yeah.
I'm gonna airbrush the green color on top of that. So I'm gonna go black, dark green, and then my olive green. Then I'm gonna hit the brown spots. I'm gonna hit all the base colors, and then I'm gonna like soak the entire model in wash and wipe off the high surface areas on the armor and wherever else I feel like I need to.
That's just like the oil wash that Josh was talking about.
I know
Yeah.
you guys are in like the same boat.
Well, except for Josh like sits down and does shit, and I am trying not to strangle my 9-year-old, so I don't have as much free time.
what I have.
Josh doesn't have any
Although-
free time either. He just manages to get shit done.
Yeah.
Well, that's okay, fine.
Other than the fact that his job apparently makes him stay on hold for an hour and a half a day.
I mean, that sounds pretty. Anyway.
But apparently he spends that time playing phone Dota, which I didn't know about.
I actually can't do that while I'm on my phone. I
Oh,
mean,
you
when
can't-
I'm on hold.
You can't?
No.
That's terrible.
Yeah.
Why not, Josh?
Because I'm using a phone service because we work from home. So I have to use a phone service, and that needs to be active. So
Hold on, you can't just use your own personal phone,
He
No.
is.
like
Yeah,
sitting
I
on
know.
your desk.
unless I want companies calling me every day.
I don't understand.
Okay, well, don't worry about it. Let's talk about something else. I'll explain it later because this is boring for people.
Yeah, no, totally cool. So I'm trying to cut down the amount of colors that I'm using. I'm trying to get the washing and the stuff that I don't have to pay attention to or really work at to be the primary painting mechanism.
Oh my gosh. Sorry. I dropped a shelf.
Little shelf.
Yeah.
And I'm also continuing the war against the cat. She knocked a pewter miniature off the shelf yesterday,
Oof.
which landed on top of other miniatures.
Dude.
So you know how that works when miniatures land on top of miniatures, especially when heavy
Yep.
miniatures land on top of other miniatures.
So how'd the funeral for the cat go?
Well, she's dead.
Yeah.
She's still very cute, but she's very, very dead.
She's very unalived.
Yep. I believe we used one of those avacadabra spells on her.
Yes.
From
Baking
Harry
soda
Potter.
and super glue is a fantastic
Way to get rid of a
combination.
cat, exactly.
Use that in the how to magnetize the Great Unclean One. That's how I built all the structure for the magnetization on that model, Zydan. But that is
Also,
a great.
the zip kicker and glue is good for building up structure as well.
Yeah, but the baking. Well, Josh uses the baking soda and glue for snow.
Yes.
I've heard of that before.
Which looks really good. Which I have,
People always ask if it turns yellow. Aaron, does it turn yellow?
No, it does not turn yellow. It stays as a hard white chunk forever.
And if you have white ink, just put a couple drips of white ink in it. Ain't gonna turn yellow.
Does yours have ink in it, Josh?
Nope.
I'm just saying if you're really that nervous about it. But I agree, you don't need to.
Did you paint on top of it?
No.
Okay. Yeah, it's been your demon army, right? Your Age of Sigmar demon army from the original Age of Sigmar release.
The corn army, yeah.
Has that. So I don't even know how many years that's been. None of them have turned yellow. None. Is this enough of a turn in
Your
the wheel?
teeth have turned more yellow over those years than the snow.
Dude, by far. By far. If my teeth were as white as that snow, my dentist would be
So
much
what you're
happier
saying
with
is
me.
baking soda and PVA.
Well, baking soda is in toothpaste, I think.
Right. Exactly. So you're already halfway there.
I'm halfway there, yeah.
Just get a little extra glue up in your grill and
just add the super glue and the zip kicker.
Yep. You know it.
And I'm good to go. Okay, this is going to be great.
Yeah, man. Plans sound great.
I'm excited about this.
Me too.
Oh no, I'm talking about the turn
Nobody
that I got
actually
on my
do
wheel.
those things.
Oh.
Other than just use your normal toothpaste, which has baking soda in it, do not put zip kicker and super glue in your mouth. Thank you. The more you know.
Yeah. We
Yeah,
do
but
not
no
actually
suicide.
advocate the stupid hijinks we joke about.
Oh. So, right, I build models. I like to make stuff. I have bits everywhere. I found this dude. I don't know if I talked about him previously, but he's a game stay.
It's hard to see it. It's hard to see him. Oh, is he the old metal lieutenant?
I don't know what. I think he was a sergeant or a veteran.
He's got a pretty cool power fist, just waving like, "Hi guys, I'm over
He's dope.
here."
So I'm actually going to use him in my Lion Blade detachment as a lieutenant. He's going to be rocking a power fist and a mastercrafted bolter that does 2 damage for like no points.
Nice.
And I'm pretty excited about him. So my army of these, firstborn Marines, is unfortunately we have been forced to call them.
You're a little salty
Is
about that, aren't
I
you?
am like I anyway. It doesn't matter. What's going to happen is
Medicine
I'm going to take
time.
these medicines and then no, I like literally I have transports for everybody. I'm gonna give everyone like the squad numbers. So I got squad number 1,
Oh,
squad number
word.
2. So they're pretty committed to what they're gonna be and what they're gonna ride in. I have the transports for everything.
They're committed because the transports and the squad numbers are going to match.
They
Yes.
are. So it's gonna be super fun.
Nice.
I'm
I
really
like
excited.
that you
I
do
want to.
that.
Librarian,
Why
I
are
would
you?
never do
lieutenant to
that.
captain.
Why are you upset about calling them firstborn?
I think that it draws an unnecessary delineation.
You don't prefer Space Marines versus Primaris?
I mean, I think Space Marines and Primaris are good, or Primaris Space Marines. I
But
don't.
it's literally the Space Marine Codex, and they're all in there.
Yeah, it's weird. I don't like the firstborn moniker.
Because it
But you
makes it.
could just call them
I don't like
SWAT
it either.
Marines.
I don't like it either.
Marines.
Good. I'm
SWAT
glad you don't
Marines.
like it, Aaron.
Wait,
No, but
call them
that means that
what?
they're
SWAT Marines.
no, dude.
Squat Marines?
My vintage Space Marines are every
Jeez,
bit
dog.
as dope as this other shit that's being put out. And don't get me wrong, I think the Primaris are really fun. They're really cool. There's a lot of cool stuff you can do with them. I'm really happy that I've been able to like get rid of all my old, you know, vintage Space Marines and build all new ones for this Lion Blade detachment. Everybody looks cool. Everybody's unique. It's fantastic, and I've got all this stuff. I really enjoy it. I really, really, really like building kits where I get to pick what kind of legs and what kind of arms and what all goes together. It's really fun, and I am back in the mindset of like, why the hell didn't they just make Primaris cut, at the belly so you could put different legs on different torsos?
So
But I
you're.
was
Oh,
committed.
that cork is terrible. That's the wrong cork. Darn it. Darn it.
Yeah, well,
He's
Inferior
just a
Cork user.
Um. Well, I want to like. This is what I'm debating right now. I'm debating
boy,
whether or not I want to glue the bike down at the angle that I want and then continue and then do the arm and the axe so it has the right angle, or if I want to try to do it with the bike not glued down.
you want to do the arm and the axe not glued down,
Mhm.
right? So that when you go ahead and you want the axe and the arm dragging the axe to look as natural as possible, and then you want to modify the terrain to accommodate whatever that turns out as,
Yeah.
right?
Okay.
Because then that's the most important part. You can put an extra piece of cork to prop something up, or you can lean the bike further one way, or
Well,
you
the other thing I need to do is I need to get the shield onto the front so that the guns are poking out, and that I think that's going to be a difficult task. Like, I want to mount the storm shield on the front of the bike because it improves his armor save, but it doesn't improve his invuln save, right? The storm shield is a 4-up invuln save, and his natural invuln save is a 4-up. But it improves his armor save by 1, so he goes from a 3 to a 2. So it makes sense to like prop it on the front of the bike like a windshield.
now, are
Sin-
you saying his save goes to a 3 because of the +1 uh to the armor save?
from a 3 to a 2. Yes, that's correct.
Okay, yeah, because yeah, from a 3 to a 2. Yep.
Right. So he
Um.
has a natural invuln as a captain of a 4-up.
Yeah, yeah.
So the storm shield only increases his armor. So he doesn't.
Oh, totally worth it though. Totally
Yeah,
worth it.
totally worth it. But what I'm saying is, it makes sense for him to strap the storm shield to the front of the bike as an extra point of armor and not need to be holding it like in front of his chest in order to get the invuln. You know what I mean?
Yeah, or you could consider. It depends on which kind of storm shield you're using, but is there a possibility to maybe hang it on the side or hang it from his backpack? The Outriders have a lot more space, and you don't have the
No,
fins like the Raven Wings.
I don't want it on the.
Just if you don't want to chop it up, right? Because like you said, getting those bolters to fit through it, you're gonna
I
have
know,
to
but you came up with this
cut some
bolter
things.
idea last time, and now it's been stuck in my brain, and it's gonna happen.
Okay, do it.
You were like, you
Let's
gotta
do
stick
it.
the bolters through the storm shield, and I was like, fine. And now I can't think of anything else.
Well, I'm sorry, man.
Well, no, you have a directive. You got a mission.
I suppose the smart thing to do would be
We don't want that.
to
No, stop talking. We don't want
cut
that.
the
Yeah.
bolters out, flatten the front of the shield, then remount the shield and the bolters. Oh, but then you won't be able to see. I might have to destroy the bolters of another bike. Oh, that makes me sad.
No, you can, Aaron. Just use extra bolt
Combi
rifles
bolters
from
or
an
stuff.
intercessor kit or something.
I don't have any extra.
You don't have
Stuff.
any extra intercessor bolt rifles.
Probably all at the studio.
No. No.
Scooty.
And even if everything that I had that is Primaris has been built and painted.
What about the extra bits?
There are no extra bits in the new kits.
Oh yeah, if you're not doing multi-part kits, I get you. If you didn't buy an intercessor box, there's a lot of pieces you just don't have. So I get you.
Yeah. So all I have is whatever came with. Now, there might be some stuff from the Storm Speeders because those have extra bits that I'm not using.
Well, but here's another question: do you have just regular old bolters?
At the studio, I have regular old bolters.
Gotcha.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, well, then I
For
guess
sure.
you're gonna have to murder another bike.
I don't
Sorry, bro.
want to murder another bike. I think what I need to do.
You're gonna have to, Aaron.
Move on to the next project until you get the pieces you need.
Well, that's not happening. Here we go.
Smoke
I got
the fattest rock you can find.
I got bolt pistols from Assault Marines. These will work.
Okay.
These will
I'll
work.
allow it.
These are
How
gonna
close do
do
they look?
just fine. They look identical because the only thing that you can see on the front of the gun is the very tip of the gun. So it looks
So you could have used a straw.
it looks perfect.
Excellent.
It looks perfect. Ooh, this one even has a purity seal on it. Let's take that one. Yeah. Yeah. And I've already built 20 assault marines, so I'm fine with chopping this stuff up.
Good.
I am fine with that. Dude, I really need to thank you, Sean. Because I have not had the impetus to modify models in so long. And you talking about it every week has finally given me the custom bug back.
Good. As I say all the time, it is the thing that I find the most entertaining, and therefore I spend all my time doing it.
Is that what you say?
Well, I recently have stopped being like, oh, I fucking hate everyone for being able to get all these models done very quickly, and been like, I'm just gonna like escape from everything else that's going on by doing this stuff.
Yeah.
And therefore it should be whatever makes me happy at the time. And sometimes I just want to come outside to my garage and clean shit and pick out what bits I'm gonna glue together tomorrow.
Right. And that's
know?
one of the beauties of the hobby is everyone can play it how they want.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. So I'm trying to really kind of like just own that shit, because it
Now that we're all
it's key to
friends,
getting more stuff done.
now that we're all friends again,
Yeah.
what do
Make it
you?
sound like we weren't for a while.
Well, when we were talking about the sisters, we don't need to rehash it.
Oh,
What do you guys think about the commissars and the
The Goth
colonels
Ghosts.
and the sniper, and then the upgrade bits for the Cadians?
I mean, the
Well,
upgrade bits for the Cadians is a joke, but everything else is cool because they're re-releasing Gaunt's Ghost stuff.
Um,
yeah. The
so,
Cadian heads, like it's like they saw like Anvil Industry and are like, all right, we'll take like 3 of their heads and just do more of the same that we were already doing. And hey, Cadia is still a thing, right? Cadians, right? Cadia still stands.
no,
Do you need
no, it
more
doesn't. So
Cadians? There's no other guard. I mean,
my
Yeah,
Astra
they could
Militaro.
have done any other guard than Cadians, and people would have been excited.
Yes, they could have just done heads for the other sub factions
no,
of
no, 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 no,
guard.
no, man, no, no, no. I yes, they could have done all those things, right? And sorry, Katia fucking exploded.
Yeah,
Kind of is a fact.
it's a fact.
Yeah. So that's that, right? But what they did was they keep missing all these opportunities, right? The opportunity here is to redesign the dopest human infantry that you could ever get anywhere because there's billions of worlds in the Imperium, and they straight just forgot
Dialed it
to
in.
come to work. Yeah, man, they just dialed it in, right? Because they could have gone ahead and been like, hey, you know what? All those transports are still a thing, but here's the slightly modified version. Here's the next evolution, right? Whether it fits or not, it's still got to be playable with the other stuff like the Primarises with the vintage Marines. But they had an opportunity to recreate that entire line, and they could have done it with 2 fucking kits, man. An infantry kit and some sort of like heavy kit, and just been like, here's the new basic troops. Your Ogrins are still there. All your other weird shit is still there. But your straight up infantry is these guys now, right? And now you need to buy a billion boxes of infantry because they're fucking hard. But you're moving the other lines along with Primaris, right? It's very important now that you're shifting to this aesthetic to adapt the rest of your lines to it. Like the tower actually in a really good place aesthetically. I don't think they need to be moved forward, right? But other than the very latest orcs are garbage. I hate all the Eldar. I appreciate that you like the Dirk Eldar, Josh, but
Yeah.
they're no bueno. They just like they don't do anything for me aesthetically. Um, the old Eldar, are still rocking like fucking metal Wraith Lord kits.
No.
No, I don't. Anyway, tons of old models out there for the Eldar and all that fun stuff. All I'm saying is, as they go through and do all this stuff, give me one unit every time you release a codex and make a new thing that fits the scale and the aesthetic, right? Because the Primaris went from this what did they call it, heroic scale? There was some word for it
Yeah,
that was like, oh, my proportion is a little bit out because I'm a little bit kind of a caricature, and we all are familiar with this because we've all seen a guard model and we've all seen an old Space Marine model, right? We know the proportions are messed up, and that's why Primaris are so cool, is because they brought that back towards reality. But they had the opportunity to do that with the guard, with 1 or 2 or 3 kits, and leave all the vehicles and all the support stuff in place, and make an absolute fucking killing, and add something super cool that they simply don't have to the range of products, right? Like give me exactly what our dudes wear right now, but in 100 years, right? Just
right.
what does that look like? Who cares? It's body armor and a super sweet rifle and a helmet and fully encased face shit because nuclear things, and you might have to go into space, whatever,
Right.
and just like, wow. um
I mean,
so
that's what they did with the sisters, right?
Yeah,
mean,
which is awesome. Which is absolutely awesome. Absolutely. They added some extra stuff. They made big changes to the way that things look. I like the sisters. I'm with Aaron on this. Regardless of whether we don't like the baby carriage, whatever. It's a cool new toy.
I'm
It
just
fits
saying that
with
it was released a
Grey
while ago.
Knights.
We didn't know.
Well, yeah, no, and I'm with you on that. I saw it quite a while ago,
you
right?
saw. Hold on. I just want to be clear. You saw the special character a while ago.
No, the
No, I
special
saw
Okay.
the
character is
All right.
regular
the
baseline
same
one.
Right.
dude. It's the same dude.
Whatever. I just want to be very clear.
But it
The
doesn't
thing
matter,
that I'm
right?
talking about is the special character which you did not see a while ago. Is what I'm
Yes,
saying
you
looks
are
really,
correct.
really
There's a
freaking
special
awesome.
character. I have not seen it
Nobody saw it.
unless I saw it on accident and didn't realize it. But that's besides the point. The point is they did a great job with the sisters, right? They took the opportunity to add some new cool stuff that some people are going to be like, "Oh, that's stupid," and some people are like, "Oh, well, that fits exactly with the Grey Knight and the other kind of aesthetics for some of the other weird dreadnoughts that the sisters are kind of sort of like." So I'm okay with it. Um, I like the new vehicle stuff that they've got going on. The new sisters, the sculpts. I still think the heads are a little kind of wonky. Um, but overall, the rest of the models are very, very good. I would just have to swap out certain heads or be very picky about which one of the heads I would use because I feel like the proportions are kind of fucked up on some stuff. They didn't do that with the guard. They should have done that with the guard. So easy with the guard because your basic infantry is just
Well,
so
but the thing that I don't understand
straightforward,
is like,
right?
how are you even supposed to upgrade your guard off of this kit? Like, are you supposed to literally rip their heads and arms off?
No, my understanding is that this is either that this so when you buy like the patrol boxes for Space Marines, right? You get the models, and then you get like 2 or 3 upgrade sprues for the Dark Angels because you bought the Dark Angel Combat Patrol, right? So I'm going to anticipate that they're going to release a patrol size box that's going to have those upgrade sprues in it, and they will probably have that upgrade sprue be part of just the straight up multi-part kit, right? Or maybe it's not even an upgrade sprue. Maybe it's just the options that come from the sprue on the new guard kit. I'm not entirely sure. I also didn't tune in and watch, so I don't have any firsthand knowledge.
Y'all are talking about something that's just you're not gonna be able to get your hands on because it's gonna sell out instantly. These goddamn heads and hands are gonna sell
Absolutely.
out before anyone everyone needs 100 of these things, right? Because it's guard.
Anybody who's going to play but then that brings up another question, right? What does the book look like? You're not going to get it down to 35 models, which I think is kind of
Yeah, I think they
the
they don't
break
want
Hold
where
on,
the
it
you
says
foil
say
don't.
is
32 or whatever.
It says, don't
yeah
forget, if you're trying to quickly add more bodies to hold the line, the push fit Astra Militarum Canadians can bolster your ranks. So I guess this is supposed to go in line with the push fit kit.
What push fit kit?
That's what they're saying. So they're coming. I guess they're coming out with a push fit kit
For
and this
Acadians.
upgrade kit for Arcadians. That's what it sounds like.
yeah but,
So
but
it's not even
Cadia
a new
blew the
sculpt,
fuck up,
but
guys.
yeah,
Cadia's
get
gone. There's
over
no
it.
new Cadians. Fucking get over it.
There's so many guard regiments, and they made Cadians again. That's my deal.
And I'm not mad about it. I'm again just disappointed that they missed this opportunity because they could have come and they could have been like, all right, we're gonna do revamp. We're gonna give you 3 boxes of guard stuff, and it's just your basic guardsmen, right, with enough stuff to build sergeant and the size of the platoon, whatever the fuck it is. Give me a 20-person box, please, because hordes. Um, they would make a killing on that as well, right? If they put 20 models in a box, shit
Yeah,
would be
all the
insane.
people that I'm just saying, people
Need
would
a
all
lot,
want
right?
to refresh all their guard, so they would want to get probably 10 boxes of 20.
Mm-hmm.
GW could just retire on reprinting guard.
Yeah,
People
man.
buy
I
that
just
guard again now.
I'm disappointed that they miss those kind of things, right? Because we're already in this place where Space Marines are supercharged, and
I mean,
Drukhari
was
just came
anybody
in and
even complaining about guard? like
Not
The
that I'd heard.
models. I mean,
I
the
don't know.
models are super old, aren't they? From like 2003 or
The
something.
guard are
old.
pretty old, man.
Yeah,
But like,
they are
you
old.
know, and the other thing is, right? GW's kind of dug themselves a hole by having what 18 discrete armies or something, and that's not necessarily bad in and of itself. But in this particular situation, where we're talking about like real supply issues and like real manpower stuff because of the state of the world, like
Ugh, I had it perfect and I broke it off. I'm sorry.
little plastic guys, man, little plastic guys. So I certainly hope that um I don't know that the guard just go away
Oh right, it
because
has to
I'm
be at
really
an
disappointed by the
it has
release.
to be at an angle.
You just want guard to go away, huh?
I like
Make it all
okay.
mechanized
Well,
and
no, if you're
buttons.
like, I'm afraid they're gonna waste a cycle and put it in a box, and there's gonna be just, hey, we put more Cadians in a box with chaos demons.
I mean, it sounds like if they're
You know,
making push fit of the same, but taking from the same old poses, that doesn't bode well for
well,
them.
no, no. Now I sat down right because someone said something about that, and I looked at that box art versus the old box art, and while they are
Uh-huh.
very similar and stylistically almost identical,
Yeah.
they are not the same
Okay,
poses.
so they are new
They
Canadians.
they are
Yeah, they are new.
absolutely new guys,
Yeah, they
right?
are
But
new.
but stylistically and aesthetically, they are exactly the fucking same,
Oh yeah, totally. That
right?
yeah,
You know.
because I
So, but
didn't notice at all.
yeah, exactly. But someone called that out earlier on a forum. I looked at it and I really compared them, and I will guarantee you that they are
Yeah,
new.
stylistically they're very very similar, but they are
Hmm.
different poses.
Yeah, the legs are
Um,
moved in slightly different ways, right? You take
yeah,
look at
and
one side
they
and
have
try to find
bigger
the legs on the other
helmets.
side.
I do
Yeah.
like all these different head options. I think that's really cool, and I do like the arm options.
And there's I
Um,
think two women in the heads.
Yes, yes,
and
Warning.
they're good call out because there are and women feature heavily in guard regiments in the books and the general lore. Um,
Well, it just makes sense. You need bodies. It doesn't matter
oh yeah, well, and
who
they
you
have
are.
one of my favorites is um, the first Alpha Legion book from the Horus Heresy, and they actually have like they it's crazy, but they have like a whole cast of female like remote leaders who sit back in the bunkers, right, and do the decision making and all that good stuff.
Yeah.
But they like burn out really early, so like once they're like 25, they're like not psychically inclined in that way, and they use that cast to uh, basically manufacture the troops, the Genosians. So there's no like familial stuff. It's just your regiment for your life,
Okay.
and like this cast of women is like your mother.
Ugh, that's
Super
kind of
weird,
weird.
super weird, but really fun and really different, and an interesting take on some places how they do
Well, there's an easy one for
military
that.
stuff.
Just get all of the exact same head. Because they all have the same mothers. So they all just look exactly the same. I just like a picture like the Clone Wars going on with that stuff.
And I think some of that is in theirs as well. Anyway, my point being, good.
Good.
That was a really long point.
Yeah, that
It
sure
was.
was.
That's what I do. I talk a lot.
So do we want to talk a little bit about Judgment and the Kickstarter?
I I want to know about Judgment because I feel like you guys have done this offline and had all sorts of good fun.
Well, it's
I'm just gonna
happened
have to
quick.
accept I can't be a part of, but I would like
Yeah.
to know what it is.
Yeah, well, so Judgment itself is a game that originally came out about 5 years ago. It is a skirmish style game, meaning that it's 3v3 models or 5v5 models. There's kind of an interesting way that you build lists. If you're playing a 5v5 model game, which is kind of the standard, like actual kind of competitive play, you actually bring 7 models. And then you say, all right, you do a draft basically of your own models. Say, okay, this guy, I locked. I'm 100% taking this guy. You can't ban him. All right. And then if I'm playing against you, Shizzle, You say, all right, well, I'm going to ban your Minotaur with this staff, so now I can't put him in my list. And then I say, all right, I'm going to block this guy, and then you're like, all right, but then you can't use this guy. And then from that, you have another remaining 3 because he brings 7. And then from those 3 and those 2 that you lock, that's your 5v5. So since it's such a small skirmish game, and there are characters that may have abilities that could come just completely screw you over, it's an interesting way for you to be able to make sure that you can bring at least, like, of your 5, your one uber character that you really want to have in your list. But it might balance it out for the game as a whole, because your opponent is going to pick something that's might really screw them over, but you're going to be able to do the same against them. So it's kind of interesting how you build your lists, and you're trying to kill your opponent's end zone. Basically, it's called an effigy because the lore behind it is it's a world where old gods are dead, new gods, there's like 6 of them, and they're trying to rise up and be the next like all powerful god. There's 3
And
planes
stop
of
a demon invasion.
existence. Yeah, to stop demonizations, you got to have this effigy network. So all the god like pillars need to be protecting everything. And so you're trying to defeat your opponent's god so that you can take over their effigy and expand the power of your god. And you do that by actually attacking the effigy itself, or by killing your opponent's models that then come back. They keep coming back because it's an eternal plane where you keep coming back, and it's endless war basically. But you can kill your opponent's models to get souls that do temporary damage, but you can also then like bank them. So there's resource management, and you can buy upgrades to your dudes, and your dudes level up over the progress of the game and get stronger and get new awesome abilities as
Really?
they kill things. Yeah, there's mobs that will spawn that you can then go kill so that you can get the souls to be able to level up and hurt your opponent more. There's like objectives that you have to hold in it, and it's hex based. In version 1, it was you had to actually measure between models, but it was played on like a 2x2 board, so not a big space we're talking about. So that makes it kind of difficult, right? If you have a smaller space that you're measuring, you can bump models and things, and it's just then it
Makes it
be
less
from
fiddly.
yeah, and from what I understand, at that point, it became a game of millimeters because wanting to make sure that you got right on to the right base, and you had to charge directly in a straight line. Blah 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 blah. Now it's hex based, so it takes out all the ambiguity of movement, which is really cool. Um, and there's the Kickstarter's going on right now,
which I have
and
up on screen.
oh man. And so what they've done is the company that made them, Gunmeister, is 2 brothers in Australia. The models were super expensive. Like this, each one of these guys was like 70, 75 US dollars. In the starter box, there was like 3, and it was like like 125 to $150 for the starter box. They're 54 millimeter. I mean, comparing them next to, like, here's Gutrock Spume, a beastie from the Cursed City, and he's being dwarfed. Here's one of the little skeletons. I mean, you can see he's just super, super huge compared to everything else. But they're super expensive because they were made in Australia, and it's just 2 guys doing it. So now they're partnering with Creature Caster. Creature Caster, if you're not familiar, they make the most beautiful resin models probably outside of in my opinion, outside of Games Workshop. Creature Caster makes the best looking models out there in the hobby.
I'd put them at like at the very very top. I really like War Games exclusive, but
Yeah,
you
I
know,
feel War Games
aesthetics.
exclusive, something like they are a little bit lacking on the build quality. But I mean, like the design is definitely up there. But anyways, Creature Caster is way up there.
Anyways,
They're fantastic resin models.
agreed.
And this whole time they've just basically been the third party models. And so they were your giant demons for 40K and Age of Sigmar and
Mhm.
whatever. And they needed a vehicle for their awesome beautiful models, so they partnered with the Judgment guys, and they're taking over. They are revamping basically all the models from the first gen and already adding new models in the new Kickstarter. Basically, the demons, they've taken some of their demons that they made in the past and shrunk them down. They've been making some smaller, like 32 mil demons that are now going to be part of the game. They've resculpted the vast majority of the models from version 1, keeping a very similar silhouette, but giving it the creature caster pizzazz. And now they're moving down to 32 millimeter, but the price is really, really attractive right now, especially on the Kickstarter. Like, it's insane what you get at the moment.
I mean, Creaturecaster's always been a premier model company, right? And it was like one of those things, particularly when you're at Adepticon or Nova or whatever, and you go to the Creaturecaster booth. You know what I mean? It's always an awe-inspiring experience.
If you're a commission painter, you've almost certainly painted one of those. I mean, people submit them to all the biggest painting competitions.
Yeah.
Yep.
They're amazing. So now you got a game that has really cool mechanics that have learned, it seems like, from a lot of the things people didn't like or were clunky with the first version. They're working with a very reputable, popular, established company that makes the models. I think it's going to be a really fun game, and it's skirmish. We play a hell of a lot of skirmish games. I'm
We
excited.
do. We
I'm
do play a
super
lot of
excited.
skirmish games.
That sounds really cool.
Yeah.
And now
So
I'm painting Yellow Man now,
you're painting a yellow man?
a yellow demon.
Ooh, okay. I
He's
think that's
yellow and
really,
orange.
yeah.
I'm just trying to be like artistic with this because I literally can't find this guy anywhere, so I don't know what he's supposed to look like. So he's just getting painted up.
Hells yeah.
What do you mean you can't find him anywhere?
Well, he's not on the monster page. He's not on the character page, but the character that he gets summoned from is on that page.
Yeah, I feel like on the there are some models that might be
That are
missing.
missing,
But
right?
there are like there's at least 8 of the demons that I don't know the creature caster demon name to in-game name. Um, but
Yeah.
yeah, just looking at the beta rules, and because there's god alignments, and you can play with whatever models you want on your team. But depending on what god you pick, which corresponds to your effigy, that your physical representation on the board, that effigy and that god give bonuses to your champions, which a champion is a model that's aligned to that god. So like this Minotaur, he is a champion of the god Gruul, which is a very druid nature god. So he is a champion for Gruul, but he's also a champion for one of the other gods. So he gets the bonuses if he's, in an army or warband that is themed around that god. You can also have what is called an avatar, and an avatar is like the onboard almost representation of that god, and you can only have one avatar in your warband, but you do not have to have an avatar in your warband. And for each god,
Ugh.
there's one extra ability that's special if you have the avatar. Like this one, this cow druid chick can summon extra forests, which is kind of cool because they all take advantage of hiding in forests. There's terrain in here in this game that looks a lot of fun to use to break line of sight and block charge lanes because it's hex based. So you have to be pretty still specific where you position yourself, because charging at a special angle using hexes uh, is sometimes not doable, right? Even if you have the range, but you can't get, because you do have to charge in a straight line. It does give you the ability to do a side step, so you can kind of like move one hex over and then charge straight in a line. But you still got to line that up.
Yeah. Hmm.
So I think what's really interesting about it, particularly from my perspective, is the creature caster models, because creature caster for me has always been one of those things where it's like, wouldn't it be nice to have this thing? Um, but then I don't do it, right? Because I already have a version of it for my army. Um, and I'm not I'm not buying busts, and I'm not buying the super models to do competitive painting and whatnot. So it's nice to be able to buy creature caster things for a game that it goes with.
Yeah. Yeah,
Which
I
I don't
also
know if
like
that
the
makes
fact.
sense. I don't know if what I said makes sense.
No, it
It makes sense
totally
to me.
does. Because one of the things I like, being someone that has a little bit of a completionist streak and tendencies in me, instead of spending like $250 on one giant beautiful creature caster model, spending the same equivalent, I can get like, like
20.
10, yeah, of these smaller ones, and I can actually use them in a game straight away.
Right.
So cool. I'm so stoked.
The other thing is that, and they've said this game is meant to be balanced and competitive.
Yeah, they're gonna put
Um,
out updates every quarter.
so I'm really hoping that that's the case. I told Josh and I were, we were like messing around with some of the models. By the way, I think I have this pose. Like, I think he's really, really dope. I'm gonna post a picture of it with my phone for Sean to see.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, yeah.
it doesn't have the back handle on it yet. I have to work on that. It's gonna make a lot more sense when the handle's coming out. Oh no, I'm deleting my photograph app.
Don't do that.
um, like, the first kind of like joke I made was, oh, so in the game they have this thing that's a dice pool, right? And the thing is, you can roll as many dice as you want, but one of the limiting factors is that you can only pick 3 of your dice. So you could have a guy that lets you roll 100 dice, but you still only get to pick 3. And I was like, watch, like the second round of characters that are going to come out, they're going to have a character that lets you pick 4 dice, right? And Josh is like, no, 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 they're not going to do that. I was like, you'll just wait and see. So I'm really, really hoping that they do emphasize um, playability and balance so that you can be someone more focused on aesthetics and not have to worry about the meta. Because that is one of my biggest pet peeves about most games is like I'm much more focused on the aesthetics of what I want to play, and I
Yeah.
hate it when the meta gets in the way.
Well, that's why I think the that drafting is pretty interesting. It's small scale. You don't have to take advantage of the god abilities. The fact that they have god abilities, but they lock them to champions, I think will make things a little bit easier to balance, because then they're not having to think of all sorts of crazy interactions just because they gave some small little bonus that made sense because like thematically for a god, but now some other character that just is a rando can take advantage of it. You know what I'm saying? That
Mm-hmm.
I think, and the fact that they are looking very much towards making it competitive means that they have to commit to making it balanced. And they've said that they want to do updates every quarter, starting one quarter after the official launch of the game. Some of the stretch goals, actually, the last 3 of their stretch goals, all have to do with rankings in their app that they're building, and you can go check that out now. It is in its beta, but you can see all of the abilities, all the god abilities, all the model abilities. You can build rosters and war bands in it. So you can go play around with it now. The forums have the beta rules, so you can go check the rules
It
out.
has a list builder, a rule book, and you can search the rule book, and it's better than the GW one.
Oh, you can search the rule book in the app too. I didn't try
Yeah.
that yet. Holy cow.
Yeah, that's pretty. That's pretty.
And this is a
Exactly
beta
what you would
for a
hope they would
game
do.
that's on Kickstarter, and you can go check that out now.
All right, hold on. I'm updating the picture because I put the handle on the axe, and I think it's freaking dope.
Dope, dope, dope.
Yeah, so we're really excited about it. I'm really excited about it. It's a pretty low buy-in. You know what I mean? If what they do is true, then you should be able to buy 3 to 7 models, and theoretically, you're not going to get boxed out of playing the game because they're not going to come out with pay to play.
Right.
Theoretically.
And this game is more about how cool the model is or the play style.
Well, I'm
You,
hoping that it's both. You know what I mean?
yeah.
I'm hoping that
Well,
the
you
play
could.
style
It will be
and the
both.
model is both.
I'm saying that you could go with whatever you think is aesthetically pleasing.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I think
because it's going to be a
there,
balanced game.
as someone who's most likely not going to be particularly involved in this game, I think that the ability to change your opponent's roster is really impactful,
All
and I
right,
think
Sean.
has
What
huge.
what do you think about my modifications?
Oh, let me look. Let me look.
I have it on screen for everybody to see. I took a photograph.
I like
Um,
the turn. You diving in there.
so I got the
I
turn. I have
appreciate.
to do some green stuff under the guns in order to fill in between the gun and the shield. I replaced essentially the front bumper, I guess, with the storm shield. I green stuffed the inside with little rectangles. So if you're looking at it from the side, it looks like the guns continue on the inside. I definitely need to fill in the edges of those guns to make it seamless into the shield. Um, and then I got like a, I don't know, like a 15-degree pitch um, with the axe dragging behind, like propping it up, like he's digging into the ground to make a hard turn.
It's pretty cool, man.
So, what do you think, Sean?
I think that the shield and the bolters on the front look super good, and I'm excited about him. I think the next big question is what terrain are you gonna do? What are you gonna do for the rest of the base?
Yeah,
It's
so
That
I
is the
mean,
real
fucking
question.
cool, man. You could even have him like dragging a dead body of like a chaos marine or an orc or a whatever Josh is painting right now. A Druka
Yes.
elf.
Yes.
a
You're
dark
in the
elf.
bunker
I
there.
really should.
Dark elf corpse.
I should get a dark Eldar
You
corpse up in
you
this.
just need to go and
You have
take.
some printed, don't you?
You have everything, but I can just
I
print
thought you had the
myself one.
the girls.
You have everything, but I can just
I don't.
print one.
Oh, okay. I thought you. I didn't realize I had the
All
girls.
you need is the torso, really.
Everything that I've printed, I've given you.
Okay.
I just need a torso. I could have like the torso like embedded on the axe.
There you
Yeah.
go.
So
Green stuff, some guts coming out.
so the army is split into two bases. There's the this not the Sector Sanctorum, the Sector Mechanicus bases. Is all of the 8th edition stuff, and then most of the 9th edition stuff is just like gray burnt dirt. So he would be on the gray burnt dirt, which is fine
Hmm.
because I've already started doing that. But obviously he's a captain, so we can make it a little bit cooler.
Oh yeah, you can just like yeah,
But
just like
I
build
really
up
I
build
really
up the
freaking
gray dirt.
I really freaking like it.
I think
I
he
think it's
came off really
awesome.
cool, and as long as you put some sort of terrain or dead body or something for that axe to be stuck on or be interacting with, you will pull it off, and it will be awesome.
Oh yeah, that would be cool if he's like gripping a elf corpse that's like half buried in the dirt. Yeah.
Exactly, and you could do like super chopped up ground with like random you because you've got other tires for those outriders. I'm sure.
I don't. I
Oh,
don't.
you
I
don't?
have three more outriders to build, and I have 3 bikes left to build.
I was
Again,
just thinking to
there
use
are
the
no.
tire as an imprint on your gray burnt dirt,
Oh yeah, I can do that. I can do that. Yeah.
just for some more
I mean,
texture and
unfortunately,
stuff.
the tires on the Outriders are it's a 3/4 tire, and then they have a stupid hexagon in it.
Oh, really?
So yeah, so
I haven't built any yet.
you really only have a quarter tire to like do the tread marking, which I guess you could do. It's not like the old tire where you could just roll the tire.
Hmm.
Because I have a great firstborn biker um that has like a perfect tire print going through the mud that I did out of plaster, but I just was
Hmm.
able to roll the tire. You can't do that with these kits
The
right now.
outrider kit.
At least not with the
Yeah.
one that I have. Not with the stuff that came in the starter box.
Gotcha.
But I don't think I'm gonna use the ancients or whatever they're called at all. So
Is
I
that
don't mind.
the banner ones?
I mean, I don't know what the new I don't know what the new banner is.
You mean the Blade Guard Ancient?
Yeah, the Blade
Or
Guard Ancient.
Oh, the shield
he
dude.
yeah, he gives you like +1 attack and lets you fight again if like when you're dying.
I mean, that's pretty
Oh, you
good.
die. Yeah,
But you,
yeah, exactly. He's
but
a
you can't put
luxury.
him on a bike though.
No, I don't think you can. The Dark Angels can with the Ravenwing stuff, but no, I don't think Space Marines.
So essentially, what you're saying is like the army that I want to play is Dark Angels.
It kind of
Yes.
sounds that way.
Sounds like you should put together a Dark Angels army.
Nah,
I'm pretty sure
it's
that you
okay.
can do a successor chapter, whatever the fuck you want,
Yeah.
and
Purple
run those
Marines,
Purple
they could be
Marines as Dark Angels.
Purple Tide.
You already have a Dark Angels army.
They're all firstborn. There's no Primaris in your entire army.
Yeah, I know. Beautiful.
Yeah, and honestly, dude, that's like the way that I.
And didn't you trade those to me?
No, you want them.
I thought that the deal was that I gave you all the elves and you gave me all your Imperial.
No, that's what you want.
Plus the Tau
That's
as
what you
as a tip.
Incorrect.
a Tau tip.
Tau tip.
I love it.
You're tipping Taus?
Tip and Taus, baby.
I'm actually making pretty good headway on these judgment models.
All right, well, we are at the 15-minute mark.
Ooh, doggies.
So let me queue up the other screen. For all of those who are watching, if you have been working or if you just want to share what you've been working on, feel free to pop into the Discord. I am going to copy the link into the chat. If you want to post something that you've been working on during the live stream or just something that you've been generally working on that you'd like to share, we would love to see it. You can just put it into Hobby Progress. Starhawk has some stuff that he sent in, so I think we're going to show some more of Starhawk's work. I will get that queued up. But while I'm getting that queued up, who would like to go first? And I will make you front and center.
I think that should be Josh.
Okay. Let me get Josh queued up. Oh,
Make it so number one.
There we go. Josh, you have the screen.
So I'm going to go through what I've done. So this model was partially painted. I repainted the base and the magic, and then I had to paint all the bandages on, fix his face. That was completed. This model was nearly done. I fixed her face because you didn't like the purple missing on her chin, and I just basically I fixed all the pieces that weren't painted, and then I put some shading and NAST on the base. This guy I almost completely overhauled, and he's nearly done. Ready for the wash. Gloom, I did some colors. Gloom, more colors. My cool demon actually looks pretty sweet. You can't see the color variation, but he's very cool looking. And then I painted. This is the elf guy that you said that didn't exist, Aaron.
I just said it didn't exist on the website. That I couldn't find him.
Anyway,
no,
so
I found
him. His tree.
I found him. The one that I did. Oh, Zydan's got something posted too.
Here's Brock. Brock has got flesh painted and his sword is metal.
Slow down, Jiminy Crickets.
What?
I didn't even finish getting all the bases on my Minotaur, this Minotaur here.
Well, I can only work so fast, so I'm just basing one color and then going to the next model and basing a color and going to the next model.
All right, so let's move on over to Zydan and then we'll do Starhawk. Zydan, wow, your Marines are dope. For the rest of the CGN crew, the pictures are in the Discord in the Hobby Progress. If you want to take a look at it, we're looking at some like light gray Werewolf Order chapter. which is
Oh.
really, really awesome. I like the green shoulder pad, and nobody can see me because I'm looking at the computer. I apologize. Um, with the red helmets, these are awesome. Love your bases. Those are looking great. Next, we're going to move over to Starhawk. Starhawk sent more of his
Scions.
Napoleonic
Mm.
army with some beautiful snow. Look at that regiment. Look at
Boy.
those guys in the back ready to step forward and take a shot. I love it. This is great. Beautiful. And he also sent
Oh,
some of his
boots.
guard. Um, these are, what are the special guard called?
Scions.
Scions. Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Scions.
They're the replacement for the stormtroopers.
They're the ones who are supposed to be in the Taroxes, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Gorgeous. Looking great. I really like your highlighting on their clothes. Excellent. Excellent stuff. So I suppose that brings us to Sean.
Yo. I think I'm done with all of the pouches and all of the white on everyone. So I think I gotta do another layer of white. These guys are like almost finished, so that's pretty exciting. Yeah,
Where's the cat? Where's the evil cat?
the cat that destroys stuff. She
Not
is not
present.
here,
Not present.
not present at all. So I got a lieutenant. Fun stuff. Fun stuff.
Noise.
Yeah, it's just a bunch of dudes. I put a bunch of wash and contrast on pouches, and I think that I am just gonna like leave them at this. I don't,
Yeah. Bring it a
I
little
don't think I need
closer.
to go.
There we go. Nice. So
I
how
just
many models have you gotten done?
so
Those are
I
Scion heads with Gene Stealer cult bodies.
Ooh,
Oh.
that's clever.
Oh. Let's just
I
cut back
like
to
hold on,
that
that.
for
what?
a second.
I was looking at those
Okay.
Marines.
Wow, that's really smart. Okay.
Yeah. Good job.
All right, back to Sean. Sorry.
Okay.
Okay, but hold on. Where are these dudes with
In the
the heads?
discords,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Is that Starhawk's
Starhawks. Yeah.
picture?
Yeah.
Really? Gene Stealer bodies. Fuck yeah. Okay, I see it now. Yeah.
Yeah, because I see the
Yeah.
feet.
Yeah,
I
the weird
recognize the
ribbing.
booch. I
Yeah.
recognize the booch.
No, that's fucking awesome. That's like really really cool. That's a good idea. Anywho's, no, so I got 10 dudes. It's the remainder of my standard intercessors, and I got a backpack for that dude somewhere. I think he's gonna be a lieutenant. I kind of wanted him to be a champion, but there's no Primaris champions.
I know there's no Primaris captain on
Damn it.
bike. Did you know that?
I did.
So my model's illegal.
No, it's fine.
I was like, am I really gonna run a chat like an old school chapter master? No.
Yeah, but you can just, yes, you can. This
I
is
mean
what it
you
looks like.
can, and it's
Well, that's what you're gonna have to do.
but it's a totally different base size. No, the rules are all obviously the firstborn, but I'm saying the model is Primaris biker.
Yeah,
I
I think it's
I
a.
was shocked though. I could not fathom that there wasn't a Primaris captain on bike.
They've been really weird about some of the specialty stuff. So like um, they have more ancients. They're really really excited about the ancients. It appears, but the the characters they make for the Primaris are so locked into the war gear. It's so strange.
It's
Um,
it's like you can't take the Primaris bikers into a squad bigger than 3, which I think makes them, unless you're Dark Angels, I think that makes them almost unplayable.
I do think that makes it difficult, because even like I don't run a lot of individual bikes. I am going to have two squads of three outriders, the chaplain, and I got an attack bike and five black knights.
Are
and
those
an
are those
apothecary, I
Primaris or
think.
are those old school?
Those are all old school, other than the Outriders and the Chaplain on bike.
Right, but how many bikes do you put in your old school bike squad?
I really, really, really like them to be like 5.
Yeah.
Right?
How
Because
many
your
can you
Thunder,
put?
10.
you used to be able to do 6, I believe. I think you
Oh,
maxed
the
out at
White
6.
Scars could do 10, I think.
Ah,
I think the White Scars used to be able to do 10.
well, but you could do it. It's the question is the balance, right? Because they get expensive really quickly.
Right.
I guess is.
But the
where I'm
point is,
going
there's
with
no flexibility with the Primaris bikers, with the Outriders. It's just 3.
Yeah, there's some weird stuff, and I don't quite understand why they like to put those arbitrary seeming restrictions. I
I
think it
guess
would be
they're
super
worried. I
fun.
guess they're worried because a squad of 5 with the ability to heal them is too OP.
I mean,
I
I don't think
guess.
you should ever really be able to bring a model back from the dead personally, but
Well,
it
you
is what
can,
it
and I
is.
can, between the chaplain and the
Yeah,
chapter master.
Well, and the apothecary, right?
yeah. The
The
apothecary
apothecaries are in
only
every
does it.
list right now.
Yeah,
Is there apothecary on bike?
Yes, for
there is for the Raven
Raven
Wing.
Wing. We were just talking before the show. It's the best apothecary in the game, and
Yeah,
the apothecary is one of the
Is it
best.
a Primaris apothecary
nope.
or?
All the special Dark Angel stuff is all firstborn.
Oh, I didn't do the orc preview. Zaidan, you're correct. I didn't. Hold on. I did mean to do that. Actually, there were 2 things that there's 2 things that I missed. I'm gonna do them really quickly. I apologize, guys. First, Aeronautica. I'm actually excited about this. That's the wrong
Why?
screen.
Tell us why.
Do you
Uh,
I want to know.
because there's an old game.
reset the clock?
There's an
Because
there's an old game called Silent Death, which was a hex-based flyer game that I played a lot when I was in high school, and this is a hex-based flyer game, 2-dimensional flyer, and it just seems really fun to me.
You know
Uh,
that Aeronautica has been out for like 2 years, right?
I, didn't.
this
Aaron,
is
Um,
one of
it
those
is
This is
okay
games.
just a
if you just now
re-release for
discovered
like
it.
a updated.
No, I
No,
said
this is just
reset the clock because guess what? You all been complaining and want your plastic Thunderhawks.
I
Well,
know
guess what? You
there's
finally get them.
that's what I was about to say. There's Thunderhawks in this set, so I get
So
to
y'all
buy.
can stop complaining now. You got your plastic Thunderhawks.
Yeah, that's what I was
Should
about
have
to
been a little bit
show.
more specific as to what scale you wanted them.
Yep, yep. Here they are. Here's my new Thunderhawk. I'm bringing it. I'm putting it in the 500 points.
Well, and
Just
this
put
is
it
what
on the
I would
proper
say.
size base.
If I had, like someone nearby to play Aeronautica with, I totally would. I also am a fan of the weird flyer games.
Um,
It is super different, right?
yeah.
Than the regular 40K stuff, and you can obviously use it to impact. It's like it's like Battlefleet Gothic, essentially, right? You're telling a different part of the story, so I think narratively it could be very fun in campaigns
I
and
love how you go to
things and
narrative
stuff.
and I just go to nostalgia.
Oh, yeah.
And then of course there is the new orcs with the new like they're riding super squigs, Warstanaga, is that what they're called? I think.
Oh, no
Um,
idea.
they're I don't know how I feel about them.
They're like primal orcs. The new orc model kit. I think
Yeah.
that they look super dope in my opinion.
Okay.
The
Okay,
new
so they're
orc
good.
boss looks crazy. He's got crazy
I do like the
dreadlocks.
dreadlocks and the claw. I do really like this model.
There's the unicycle squig with the little
Yep.
grot on it.
I feel like the thing about orcs that bothered me the most was how outlandish and silly they are, and now they're even
Yes.
more outlandish and silly, but
Yes.
maybe they're getting outlandish and silly enough that I actually like it.
They're full circling it, right?
They're
Or
full
is it maybe a
circling it.
180?
129 degrees.
Okay.
Yes, so I apologize about not covering that, Zaidan, but the moon wheels are preposterous. Octa wheels are a lot faster. Pick and hobby section. So then you have this really funny 3D printable model which is a squig on roller skates.
Love
Oh
it.
yeah, I saw that. Squigs.
Let me zoom in on that. So you prefer roller skates over a one wheel? That's cool. I appreciate it. I like that he's carrying a tiny fat man nuke. That makes sense. But we are getting close to that time. We have one more person to check in with, and that is Big Aaron. So where are you at, sir?
Just about finished with the metals on this guy, and then I'll be done with the base coat except for the wood here, but I'm just going to contrast that. Not worried about the base because that'll be super easy and quick to paint up. Having a lot of fun with the guy. Honestly, I'm I feel like I'm just kind of taking my time and lackadaisically just kind of painting over the surface because it's just a pleasure to paint over a nice big 54 millimeters smooth surface that isn't compact with crazy amount of detail,
Yeah.
but is still just like kind of cartoony and fun and has enough detail to convey a story. It doesn't have to like overcompensate. So yeah, I think these old, even though that they're not as pretty as the new ones, they're still really cool, and some of them do look really good still.
And some of them are even creature caster.
Yeah.
Apparently,
All right, everybody. Well, thank you so much for joining us this Sunday evening. It is always a wonder to see everybody. And thank you for those who are sharing and for those of you who have joined our Discord. If you are not subscribed to the channel, please do. We are doing an epic giveaway if we reach 10,000 subscribers by the end of this month. We are going to be giving away the Piety and Pain box set, the Drukari Codex, and the dice. And since Josh has not yelled at me one time, I assume I've pronounced it correctly both times today, which is very exciting for me. As always, this has been the CGN crew with Aaron, Big Aaron, Josh, and Sean. And who wants to take us out?
and we'll see you on the